Hi, I'm Mandy Walker, and you're watching My Divorce Pal, the divorce coaching program that helps you make the decisions that are best for you. This is the Is Divorce Right for Me track, and today we're talking about being scared of being alone. That's being scared that you won't ever meet another partner. So scared, in fact, that you'd rather stay in your marriage, even though it might be the loneliest, unhappiest place. This is all about your self-confidence and self-esteem. So the first thing I want you to do is to take the divorce question off the table. Yes, you heard me. Stop trying to decide if you should end your marriage. It's simply not a decision that you're in a position to make right now. And you're probably making yourself anxious trying to figure it out. If someone else is telling you you should leave, don't let them pressure you. Next, I have an awesome activity for you from my friends at Fit for Love, the dating coaching program. That would be a great program for you if and when you did get divorced, but for now, we're going to use their strengths inventory. You can download the worksheet, and then again, this is one of those activities I'm going to encourage you to complete and then come back and revisit frequently over the next couple of months. Using the worksheet, you're going to describe the physical, emotional, creative, and spiritual parts of yourself that you admire. This can be quite daunting, especially if you're used to saying what you're not all the time. This is all about what you are. I'd really like you to put in at least 3 responses to each of these. If it makes you more comfortable, remember that you don't have to share this with anyone at this point. Initially, you might think in terms of obvious things such as your legs, your hair, your sense of humor, but this can go into much more detail, and it could be the crow's feet at the corner of your eyes when you smile, or the way your laugh makes other people laugh. I've given you a couple of resources to inspire you. Next, I'd like you to think about the qualities you bring to a relationship. Again, these may be hard for you to surface if your spouse doesn't verbally recognize or appreciate you. So I suggest that you start thinking about all the things that you do for your spouse. Perhaps you do an awesome job doing all the house maintenance, or you always know when your spouse has had a bad day at work and you're there to listen to them offload. Perhaps you're great at handling your social calendar and you love finding new and exciting activities. Think about all the things that you do for your children. Write them down and then group similar actions together. Is there a way that you can describe these things, such as, I'm really good at taking care of all the mechanical things. I'm really good at planning vacations so everyone gets to do a little bit of what they want. I'm very empathetic and I can sense how others are feeling. Or I'm very flexible and easily deal with changes in my schedule. Next, I'd like you to think about how a good friend would introduce you to another person. What would this person say about you? How do you usually react? Do you discount it, saying, oh, it's nothing really? Or perhaps you just shrugged your shoulders. Does it make you feel uncomfortable? I want you to write down the introduction. Now, over the coming weeks, I'd like you to add to your strengths. As you go about your day, when you handle a situation well, take note of that and add it to your list. I'd like to see at least 5 strengths in each category. And I'd also like you to practice saying your strengths out loud until you can say them with conviction and without hesitation. Now, if you're up for this, when you've completed your strengths, you could have a casual conversation with your spouse. Mention one of your strengths and see what they say, that could be a very telling conversation for you. You could also approach your good friend, the one that gives you the awesome introduction, and explain to them this activity that you're doing and practice telling them your strengths. Chances are you'll be very uncomfortable doing this, and I'd like you to think about why this may be. Many women are told, for example, that this is bragging and it's not ladylike or polite. Maybe you've been told that what you consider to be a skill isn't very feminine or it's too masculine. Maybe you have negative messages from your childhood, from family members, or maybe the messages are from your spouse. Take a few moments and write down all these messages and where they came from. Understanding this is a key step in understanding why you feel uncomfortable about recognizing your strengths. My other strategy for conquering the fear of being alone is to recommend that you try some new social activities and that you try these on your own. Yes, I know that's scary, but you can do it step by step. Think about the activities you love to do. Maybe there are some you enjoyed before you were married and you haven't done in years. Look for groups in your local area that are organized around your activity. Set yourself a goal to join just one group and go to one meeting to try it out. You could also look to volunteer for an organization that supports one of your favorite causes. Join a faith community or a training group for a physical challenge. Another very simple, easy activity is to try talking to someone at work or at your kids' school that you don't normally talk to. If that scares you, you can start with baby steps by simply smiling at them and saying hello. Any of these will take you outside your comfort zone and will reinforce that you have the skills, strengths, and interests that other people enjoy and value. It's about getting you to practice your social skills and building your self-confidence. Feeling more confident about yourself will help you decide what to do about your marriage. So let's recap. If you can't make up your mind about ending your marriage because you're afraid of being alone, the first thing I want you to do is to stop trying to make the decision. Next, I'd like you to work through the Fit for Love strength inventory and get to where you've listed at least 5 strengths in each category and you're comfortable saying those strengths out loud. And then I'd like you to dust off your social skills by finding a new social activity with a new group of people. And the great part about this self-work is that it's valuable no matter what you eventually decide to do about your marriage. I'm Mandy Walker. Thank you for watching My Divorce Pal, and I'll see you next time.